Back across the grade! It's a second for Brandon Vasquez!
It's tournament time at FC Cincinnati is going trophy hunting. Leagues Cup coverage on the way.
Messi!
And it's a new era in Major League Soccer. The great one is coming to TQL Stadium in August.
Can makes the save! Ball game over!
Cincinnati, here we go. Good evening, everyone, and welcome into FC Cincinnati Weekly. He is Tom Galerder, Tommy G, and I'm your host, Caleb No. Tommy, we have witnessed history this week in the inaugural Leagues Cup. It got underway. Pretty exciting times.
Yeah,
and pretty exciting way to open it for FC Cincinnati.
Yeah, and for all of Major League Soccer, right? This new tournament with Major League Soccer taking on Liga MX, different teams facing each other. And you're right, Sunday night, it got started in exciting fashion with an opponent at TQL Stadium that we haven't seen a lot since FC Cincinnati joined Major League Soccer. So, yeah, sure, they got an MLS opponent to get it started, but it was one that we've only seen twice and not since 2020.
Sporting Kansas City was a heavy underdog coming into last Sunday's game at TQL Stadium, but somebody forgot to tell them that. With two first-place teams in the group here, FC Cincinnati and Chivas Guadalajara, Kansas City, the outlier there in that group, facing an uphill battle if they want to advance to the knockout stage. But, Tommy, it's FC Cincinnati facing an uphill battle in this game. Ninth minute, just as unlucky as it gets.
Yeah, I mean, a beautiful diving header if you're on the attack for Nick Hagelin.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, he's trying to clear that ball wide, and he just drills it into the upper 90. So an early own goal and a bit of disappointment. Fourth straight match. Hard to believe, right? FC Cincinnati has conceded the first goal, and then moments later, here's another one.
Yeah, just when you're trying to get over the own goal, here we go again, and it's 2-0.
Yeah, 2-0 in the first quarter of an hour, and it's like, oof, I don't think there's panic because, look, this FC Cincinnati team is too good. But, yeah, there's a little bit of shock in the fact that you're down 2-0. But it's only a couple little mistakes. Then you have this situation where Yersin Mosquera gets headbutted by Alan Pulido. I don't think Alan Pulido's a bad guy. I think he got upset in the moment and made a massive mistake.
It happened so quick.
Yeah, and it's a no-brainer on the red card. I saw it from our vantage point right away. Once Kevin saw the replay, he's like, yeah, that's going to be a red card. Pulido knew. He messed up. He waited to apologize. Okay, game on now. You're up a man, and here's the goal. He thought Ian Murphy had it. Really unlucky for Postcamp, the goalkeeper here, as the ball comes off the crossbar, off the back of his head into that. But you know what? It doesn't matter. It counts for the orange and blue.
Officially an own goal, but can we give that one to Ian Murphy?
Well, if you do, then Lucho's going to ask for an assist. He gets his assist later, setting up Brandon Vasquez. Now it's game on. 2-2 approaching the 1 hour mark. And FC Cincinnati's well on their way to victory, right? This is going to be easy, Caleb.
And they're playing up a man still.
Yeah, that's the thought as Vasquez gets another goal. Good for Brandon. Give Lucho the assist. You have 30 minutes. You have fresh legs coming on. You had already brought a few subs into the game, but handball and Alvis Powell. This is an easy call. There's no doubt about it. And it's the nightmare scenario when you're up a man conceding a penalty kick. It's easy for Kinda to bury it there past Alacan, who actually guessed the right way, just couldn't get to it in time. And now it's like the air was let out of the balloon a little bit, right? 3-2. Okay, start setting up some chances, FC Cincinnati. Handball the other way. At the death, basically the last kick of the match, Lucho Acosta. Smooth, calm, cool, collected, whatever you want to call it, makes it 3-3 and game on to that penalty kick shootout.
So similar to the recent game up at New York, the Red Bulls, where if it doesn't happen on that touch of the ball, it's probably not going to happen. You probably come out of there with a loss, but it happened, and we go to PKs.
Yeah, and here's where the tide turns a little bit. The first 5 penalty kicks have been made. The lefty misses one there. Then FC Cincinnati scores, and if Alacan can make the save, it's over. And it's a kick save and a beauty from Alacan stepping in.
And he can.
Yes, he can. He did a great job, Alec, getting the save. The place went bonkers. Shirts were off, twirling around their head. And look at the celebration. What a knee slide there. We didn't see it, but Alacan with a world-class knee slide to the corner flag to celebrate it with his mates. And FC Cincinnati gets 2 points because of this different format, and I think it's fun, right? That it went to the penalty kick shootout. They could have given each team a point in the group stage and said, that's that. Nope, they're going to mix it up.
I think it's very cool, the way that you do this.
Right.
FC Cincinnati gets that extra point. You talked about the shirts coming off and waving in the air.
Yes.
I saw a video.
Yeah, that's my son's celebration. They do the shirts off on every goal and twirling it around. And you know where they learned that, right? The broadcast booth. That's what Kevin. I know you guys don't see it as much, and it's a little easier now that we don't have the suits on during games. But that's where they got it from. That's like Kevin and I do in the booth.
You all do every game.
Yeah.
Okay, I was going to ask you what it's going to take to.
Well, next game, 25,000 people are going to be watching the booth upstairs trying to see if it's true.
We're going to have a camera up there.
Nobody wants that. Please don't.
After the game, there was a lot to think about and decompress on. You know, the own goals, the red card, PKs, the extra point scenario there. Head coach Pat Noonan could have gone several different ways with this reaction. Here's what he said.
Again, we go down 2 goals. What I said to him at the weather delay was navigating these moments where things don't go our way. And we've had plenty of moments in the last, I'd say, month where we're coming from behind or we're conceding goals. And I just think our demeanor needs to improve of getting past, conceding a goal or having a tough stretch. We can be better in that regard. So, but yet again, these guys, find a way. So I still have to appreciate and give them credit for continuing to work and try to get something out of the game, which they did.
Yeah, Coach Noonan trying to take the positive from the match and show respect for the fight in his glove against Kansas City. And to his point, Tommy, it's been a much different feel for how they've been able to get results in these games than it was early in the season. Because early in the season, it was like FC Cincinnati scores first. This is the formula. FC Cincinnati scores first, and it might be a one-goal win, but it's game over nonetheless. Now it's different. It's like FC Cincinnati's having to claw back into these things, but they're still able to do it. Yeah, and that's what we've talked about all season, though, that is consistent, is the character of this team. Whether it's 1-0 and FC Cincinnati's winning, or it's these scenarios where they're clawing from behind. And what I really liked in that clip that we just saw was that first own goal, right? When Nick Hagelin heads it in. Who comes right over, not screaming at him, not mad at him. Alec Can's picking up. Literally peels him off the ground.
What can you do, man?
Get up, dude. Let's go.
Let's go. We got to continue on. And that's leadership from Alec Can, but that's reflective of how this entire group is. They all have each other's backs, no matter who's out on the pitch. We saw some substitutions in the second half that helped out. And it was all really good effort from the team to get that first win in the group stage. Sure. So for some time now, we've all been waiting for the greatest soccer player of all time to make his debut here in the U.S. in Major League Soccer. And last Friday, Tommy, the wait was over. Lionel Messi took the pitch for Inter Miami for the very first time. Didn't start the game against Cruz Azul, but that didn't stop Miami from taking the lead in the 44th minute. Robert Taylor worked his way into the box and put a shot off the inside of the far post. Makes it 1-0 Miami. Look at the fireworks show there. Even though Miami was winning, the fans wanted Messi, of course. In the 54th minute, the GOAT, there he is, subs into the game. What a moment, huh? Yeah, everyone was saying maybe the 60th minute, 65th minute. Oh, no. He's coming on sooner than that. But give Cruz Azul credit. They had a lot of opportunities. Once he came onto that match, it was 1-1. Cruz Azul could have taken the lead and then the foul in the 94th minute. And come on, what are we doing here? You're setting that up just outside of the 18. And, of course, Lionel Messi's going to bury that. You see David Beckham and his hosts of guests watching on with big smiles, and what a celebration. He took a page out of Luciano Acosta's book here. Yes, he did. Come on, borrowing it from his fellow Argentine. This is Lucho's move to go over and hug the kids after scoring a goal. But a pretty cool moment for Major League Soccer, and no doubt there's going to be many, many more. And there's already been more. 2 more goals for Messi on Tuesday, and get this, Miami has already won their group. We might be seeing a lot more Messi highlights if things continue to go this way. But here we go again. I mean, what a strike with his left foot to perfectly bury it. The celebration, the storybook ending to this first match in the United States. Remember, there isn't even a league game. Yeah. So he's not going to see a league game for a couple weeks. But let's see what this Miami team does as they roll through the group stage and onto the knockout rounds of this tournament. And that game starts to loom, right? We're now only a couple weeks away, August 23rd. When I'm pretty darn sure he's going to be playing over at TQL Stadium. It's getting close. I watched that shot back, the free kick back over and over, and I was talking to somebody about it, and they said, we watched it back, and they said, well, did the wall jump? We watched it back. We were like, yeah, they jumped. Of course they were on time there. I was like, well, and then so the question to me was the keeper in the right spot? And I was like, yeah, the way you set that up is you have the wall on one side, the keeper plays sort of, inched toward the other side of the goal. That's a shot that a world-class player makes, but not many other people are making. No, and it's probably, there aren't many world-class goalkeepers who could have saved it. Sure. Even in that situation. So I think Cruz Azul played it right defensively.
Yeah.
But again, it's Leo Messi, right? Like, what do you want? I mean, that's what everybody in Miami wanted to see, and probably most folks around Major League Soccer. The reaction was pretty awesome. You saw LeBron was there. Serena Williams. You talk about GOATs. You have one of the greatest of all time in women's tennis. One of the greatest of all time in the NBA and basketball, cheering on the greatest of all time in soccer. Like, that's unbelievable scenes.
But you can listen to Tommy and his partner Kevin McCluskey doing the games on the radio, ESPN 1530, or on iHeartRadio. As always, we recommend tuning into the home radio audio when you watch FC Cincinnati at TQL Stadium on your Apple MLS Season Pass. Tommy, thank you so much, man.
Always a pleasure.
Yep, good
luck.
Do it again soon. Calls coming up here. Coming up in the show, we will show highlights of the Chivas Guadalajara game and check the standings in all the groups of the League's Cup to see who might be moving on in the inaugural tournament. And later on in the show, we'll take you out to the ball game with a little South American twist. We'll see how the players of the beautiful game do in our national pastime. Welcome back, everyone, to FC Cincinnati Weekly. Last night was the last group stage for FC Cincinnati when Chivas Guadalajara made a return trip to TQL Stadium after last year's friendly here in Cincinnati.
Cincinnati off to a lightning-fast start out the gate. Not even 2 minutes in, Luciano Acosta taken down just outside the 18. Aaron Bupenza finds the ball at his feet. He feeds Brandon Vasquez, who calmly bends it into the far back corner. A great goal for the American international and a great start on what was a potential elimination match for FC Cincinnati. Then, just when you calm down from the great first goal, Acosta again driving into the box, finds fellow Argentine Alvaro Barrial, and what's he do? He feeds Vasquez, and 8 minutes in, it is 2-0 FC Cincinnati. We go to first half stoppage time now at a critical moment.
Chivas got a red card just before halftime with this foul on Bupenza. They would have to play the second half a man down.
Second half we go. It seems like the only thing that can stop FC Cincinnati at this point is Mother Nature. And sure enough, the sky opens up in the 60th minute. The game delayed by weather. So they wait. And they wait. And they wait some more. Eventually they decide to come back and resume the match today at 2 o'clock.
Chivas would make the game interesting off the throw-in to restart the game. They're going to find the net here, and just like that, it's 2-1. FC Cincinnati still with a 1-goal lead. Brandon Vasquez, though, seals it, settles everybody's nerves when Alvaro Barrial puts this cross on his foot, and Brandon don't miss opportunities like that often. 3 goals for Brandon, a hat trick.
It's a special moment for Brandon Vasquez, the Mexican-American.
So with the win, FC Cincinnati wins their group and they advance to the knockout stage of the League's Cup tournament. They will have a home game next Friday at TQL Stadium, and from here on out, it is win or go home. Remember, all League's Cup games are on your Apple TV MLS Season Pass, and if you want to see Lionel Messi games live, your Apple TV Season Pass is the only way to watch those. To learn more about MLS Season Pass on Apple TV, visit fccincinnati.com/season pass. MLS Season Pass, your source to watch the League's Cup and FC Cincinnati games all season long. Well, remember when the Reds came to TQL Stadium for a game and they pulled the sword? Jonathan India pulled the sword. Well, did their baseball talent rub off on some of the orange and blue? We'll see how the captain, Luciano Acosta, does on the diamond a little later on in the show. FC Cincinnati fans, TQL Stadium is the place to be, and you can catch all the action next season, 2024, with season tickets. Place your deposit for 2024 season tickets right now and secure your place inside the Fortress. You'll get tickets to all MLS games and have priority access to other competitions as well, like the U.S. Open Cup and other events inside TQL Stadium. Save your spot for all the action. Get your deposit in for 2024 season tickets at fccincinnati.com. Welcome back to FC Cincinnati Weekly. Soccer is played around the world in almost every country, and players come from all over the globe to play here in Cincinnati and everywhere else. They didn't come here to play softball, but that's what they did earlier this month. Luciano Acosta and Santi Arias, along with Junior Moreno, they were asked to play in a celebrity softball game down in Florence, where the Florence Yalls play. Well, Major League Soccer's two Ohio clubs, FC Cincinnati and the Columbus Crew, are launching the first Hell is Real blood drive competition that is next month. The drive will take place from August 1st through the 25th to see which club's supporters can donate more blood to help those in need. All FC Cincinnati fans and blood donors interested in participating in the Hell is Real blood drive can visit any of Hawksworth's 7 neighborhood donor centers between, again, August 1st and the 25th. All donors will receive a complimentary Hell is Real blood drive t-shirt in FC Cincinnati colors. The winning team of the Hell is Real blood drive competition will receive a trophy co-designed by supporters groups from both clubs. The winning team will be announced following the blood drive. The next Hell is Real derby on Sunday, August 20th at Lower.com Field in Columbus, where the orange and blue will look to sweep their rivals this season. FC Cincinnati Weekly. We'll be right back. Now that FC Cincinnati has won their group at the League's Cup, they will have a home game next Friday at TQL Stadium in the first round of the knockout stage of the League's Cup tournament. Don't miss out on all the action. These League Cups matches have to have a winner. It's the knockout stage, and somebody is going to get knocked out. Get your tickets to League's Cup matches and any MLS games right now at fccincinnati.com. Well, that is our show for this week. Thank you so much for watching. Join us here every Friday night, 7:30 for FC Cincinnati Weekly, the most comprehensive coverage of FC Cincinnati you'll find anywhere out there. For our guy Tommy G, Tom Galerder, and the rest of our FC Cincinnati Weekly crew, have a great night and go FCC.
And we are underway, the third meeting all time in the League's Cup here in the Queen City. Oriol into the penalty area, and he goes up and over the frame. Brandon Vasquez got a piece of it. Mascaro was there defending him, and then Polito knocks down Mascara, and then Polito headbutts Mascara. That's got to be a red card. It is. Straight red for Alan Polito. For the 18th, right back to Lucha. Lucha into the penalty area. Murphy's there, and it finds the back of the net. Ian Murphy on the header. FC Cincinnati gets one back. This played ball ends up in the foot of Acosta, just inside of the 18. Acosta draws it back. Vasquez buries it. We're even at 2 apiece in the Queen City. Acosta takes a shot. It deflects wide, and a penalty. A handball on Sporting Kansas City. Here we go. Lucho Acosta with his right foot. Slots it in the back of the net. 3-3 at TQL Stadium. At the death, the orange and blue pull even. End of regulation. We are headed to a penalty kick shootout. Shooting on John Polskamp. Acosta to get us started. Right foots it into the net. Buries it out of the reach of Polskamp. And Cincinnati, an important first strike. Remy Vaultier will be next. Has not attempted the penalty kick in Major League Soccer. Vaultier skies it up into the Bailey. Advantage Cincinnati. Futas, also a lefty. Steps to the ball. Can makes the save. Ball game over. Penalty kick shootout to the orange and blue. And they are dancing in the Bailey tonight.